Welcome back to my channel. If you've not done so, I would request you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button so that whenever I come up with a new video, you get a notification about that upcoming video. If you really like the content, if you really like the value that I deliver to you, go ahead and hit the like button, comment on my videos, and you can go ahead and share my channel and the videos on my channel with your friends, with your colleagues, with your network, so that they can also derive value from the content that I'm presenting to you. Without further ado, let's get into this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a very important aspect of communication that you all must have. Rather, everyone must have: articulation. Articulation is extremely important from a communication standpoint. In this video, when I talk about articulation, I'm going to be focusing on some of the aspects of articulation. So the first focus is the formation of clear and distinct sounds in speech. Next, what is articulation? The action of putting into words an idea or a feeling. That's how you articulate something. Let's understand a basic view of articulation. Articulation enables and is vital to produce sounds, words, and sentences which are clear and can be easily understood by the receivers of those messages. That's a basic view of articulation, right? Articulation is very much applicable to complex conversations, such as medical emergencies, natural calamities, floods, etc. Now, just imagine, God forbid, there is a medical emergency and there is a patient who's admitted to an emergency room in a hospital. At that point in time, it's very important for the nursing staff to articulate what they have to tell or what they have to communicate about that particular patient to the doctors or the senior doctors or the senior specialists who will be attending to that patient. In times where there may be expected any natural calamities which are forthcoming, the government and the authorities, they need to be very clear and articulate what kind of natural calamity is expected. And so is the case where there are floods. So for complex conversations, articulation is applicable in a much deeper manner. Now, there are certain errors which occur while articulating. And usually, children make these 4 types of errors while producing speech sound. First of these is substitutions, wherein there is a replacement of one sound with another. For instance, soap for soap. The second one can be omissions, wherein inadvertently there is an omission of a sound in a word. For instance, pay the piano for play the piano. There is a distortion articulation error as well, which is produced when sounds are produced in an unfamiliar manner. For instance, pencil in a nasalized version of speech for pencil. And the final articulation error is the error of addition, wherein more often there is an insertion of extra sound within a particular word. For instance, black horse for black horse. Now, what to do? If you feel that you have this kind of an articulation anomaly in your speech, what can be done? First up, there is no need to stress about it. This is very much treatable. All you need to do is practice, practice, and practice articulation. The more you practice, the better you become. The more you practice, the more you're able to work on one or more of these 4 articulation errors that I spoke of. And that way you can improve your articulation even more. If still there are some articulation errors which persist, you may go ahead and visit a medical speech therapist who can actually help you to overcome this problem of articulation. Now let's look at certain points which point towards the importance of articulation. If you articulate your speech well, you're very well on the way or the path to unlock doors to new opportunities. You can definitely save time, valuable time during meetings, and you can definitely avoid a lot of miscommunication which occurs just because of this treatable articulation error or a group of errors which are very much treatable. And articulation is a skill that can be learned by practice. Now, each and every skill that I speak of while talking about the various communication skills and communication traits that I mention in my videos, each of these can be practiced. The more you practice, the better you can become. Also, if you articulate your speech well, articulate your delivery well, you cut on being verbose. You eradicate the possibility of being perceived as a verbose individual. Last but not the least, another important point about articulation is the more you articulate well, the better you're able to demonstrate your leadership skills. As always, in all of the communication skills that I bring to you, the value that I'm trying to deliver to you, I always make it a point to help you and enable you how you can do it yourself. How can you become a best practitioner for the skill that I mention of? So for articulation, I would say, first up, start working on your vocabulary. And I can, without reservation, give you this resource. It is not an expensive resource at all. Go ahead and purchase this book right away. Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. It's a very good start. It will really help you improve your vocabulary. Oust fillers as much as possible. Just remove these fillers from your vocabulary. Remove these fillers from your speech. Remove these fillers from your communication per se. Like, well, basically, just, actually, etc. Remove all of these fillers from your vocabulary. The more you're succinct in your written and oral messaging, the better your articulation will become. So work on your written and oral messaging as well from a succinctness standpoint. Next up, structure your message very well and plan your delivery very well. That's where you'll become more articulate. And then use voice modulation well and emphasize more on the most important points. That's how you will also hone your articulation skills. Now, these were some of the important best practices that I presented to you regarding articulation. If you've not done so, I would go ahead and encourage you to subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon so that whenever I come up with new videos, you're notified first up. And if you like the videos, if you like the value that I'm trying to deliver to you, you can go ahead and hit the like button, comment on those videos, or probably share them with your network if you wish to. Till next time, please, please, please practice all of these communication skills that I share with you to hone your communication skills even more. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Thank you.